right, but in the spotlight this week, supercars.
That's right, they're absolutely drool-worthy, and all of them were on display at the AutoCar Performance Show in Mumbai.
And that's where we got a lesson on how to rev up a dose of adrenaline rush.
Think supercars, and what comes to mind? Fast, flashy, expensive. At this year's AutoCar Performance Show 2011, two cars catch our fancy. The Mercedes SLS AMG and the Ferrari 348. AutoCar editor Raymond tells us everything we need to know about them.
The SLS AMG, which really is it's really a very the most powerful Mercedes in the range. It's phenomenally quick. It handles beautifully. Plus, like every Mercedes, got everyday practicality. So I think really that's really the beauty of this car, and it's got the gull-wing doors which look absolutely terrific. So that's a real showstopper. And the other one is a Ferrari classic timeless beauty 348. It's not been one of the most popular Ferraris. It's really not an iconic Ferrari, but any Ferrari is a Ferrari, and really, it's got some beautiful lines done by Pininfarina. And I think really, even 20 years on, or nearly 20 years on, it really looks still stunning.
Now those are supercars. India's growing interest in these beauties made Raymond and Raymond chairman and managing director Gautam Singhania get together in 2009 to set up a supercar club, featuring a select group of supercar owners who wine supercars, who dine supercars, and drive supercars.
Raymond and me started off for fun because we're a bunch of enthusiasts who love to do the drives on Sundays, and we just grew, and then we said, why not do a supercar parade in Mumbai? We were quite enthused by the response in the first event, and then it's just grown from strength to strength.
I think it started about 3 years ago, and we've been having events since then. We have an annual event every January where there's a real parade of all the supercars. It's all about community building at a very special and a very kind of, let's say, a niche where very few fortunate people can be.
A super bunch of people. I tag along with them to talk cars and see what their expert eyes catch at the AutoCar Performance Show.
Now that's the car that Gautam has owned for how long now?
A couple of years.
Yeah, and has it served you well? I believe this one is, it belongs to a showcase.
I think this is probably one of the only 348s in India, so I think 348, the 308, 328, 348 is an evolution of the three cars, and I think 348 really epitomizes a Ferrari from the good old days.
What makes it so special?
It's a 1994, it's got the H steel gates to shift, it's not a pedal shift like an F1 box. When you start it up, it's a proper V8, which starts up like a V8, not too much electronics. Sound is very different as opposed to a very high performance car today.
The bends of the car, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. Like I said, if you look at this on the side, it's really a piece of art. I mean, look at the way the shields are put, look at the rims and stuff. The rear has been changed on this car. This car has been kept, it's only 11,000 kilometers on it. It's, even if it stands there, it puts a smile on my face.
It just has to stand over there, but cars are meant to be driven in.
Yeah, so it's driven on a Sunday, and, sometimes when you're leaving on a Monday to Friday for work and you see it there, it's still a good sight.
Aditya Desai runs two hedge funds out of Singapore, but he's very much a Mumbaikar, as he tells me, and he owns 3 supercars. Tell us about them.
The first one is my BMW 6 Series, and second one is a CL500. Actually, that belongs to my dad, so he'll get offended if I say it's mine. And I recently got the Maserati Gran Turismo S.
But tell us about this car that you have particularly liked, the blue Jaguar, the XKR Coupe.
Yeah, it's actually the XKR S. It's the new launch by Jaguar. I was considering the XKR for a long time because about landed in Mumbai, the Maserati and this car are about the same cost. But it's something about the history of Maserati and the entire brand and the feel, and I actually prefer it to Ferrari. This car, especially the 550 horsepower and everything, is extremely nice, attractive.
We saw Gautam get most excited about the R8 Spider now. What do you make of this?
I think the R8 V10 is a lovely car. I've done lots of miles on a car like this. I think it runs beautifully. It's slightly softer. It's got the same engine as the Gallardo, but a little softer than the Gallardo. So a great touring car. This is a Spider version which I've seen first time, but I think Audi makes fantastic cars.
Sunil is a Supercar club member, and the next car that he'd like to own is the Rolls-Royce. But the car that you currently own is the Nissan GT-R.
Totally.
You love this car.
It's like a crazy beast, 600 horsepower, and with that car, it really blows my mind all the time.
Besides the speed, besides the power that comes under the hood, what's the best part?
The sound she growls, the way she growls, wow, that's almost on cue over there, yeah. The way she growls, she's got like an aftermarket exhaust system. She's up to, the normal ones are about 490 bhp, I've got a 600 bhp one.
But what car has given you the maximum thrill so far?
Undoubtedly the GTR. No.
Which is why you're such a proud owner of it.
Right, that's the one I'm not selling that. I'm using that personally, and that's the way it's going to be for a while.
Well, you know, you could really get blinded by one of those. They're absolutely dazzling.
Absolutely, and that's where a good pair of sunglasses would come in really, really handy.